From Victorian mansions to charming cottages, you don't just buy a home here, you inherit legacy. This is a tour with a twist. Take a stroll with me through the historic neighborhood of Ryan Place in Fort Worth. Are you ready? Tree-lined boulevards, opulence, and the regalia of yesteryear. People are drawn to this community for so many reasons. One of its location. It's only less than 5 minutes from downtown Fort Worth, Texas Christian University, the medical district, and the historic trendy West Magnolia Avenue. For you to get a better understanding of the rich history of Ryan Place, let me take you back to the beginning. Let's go back to the early 1900s. This was once grassland, streetcar, and this area was predominantly oil men, bankers, businessmen, and many of these homes were designed by renowned architects.
During this video, we're going to take a look at 6 different homes to give you a perspective of what it would be like if you decide to live your life here in Ryan Place. But in order to appreciate the beauty of today, we've got to take a look at the past. And no, this is not going to be a PBS special nor a segment from the History Channel, but I'm giving you a little information to get you to really understand and appreciate the vibrancy and the passion of people who live here in Ryan Place. With that, let's step back in time to 1926. In 1926, Ryan Place was at its height of glory, with homes ranging from Mediterranean stucco to Georgian brick. Verandas, beveled glass doors, Palladian windows, stained glass, imported marble columns, even underground ballrooms.
Homes with ballrooms. Okay, let's park here a minute. Just a sidebar. When I think of the grandeur of a home that has a ballroom, I think of the galas, I think of the parties, the societal things. But I have an active imagination. So I also imagine the women wearing flappers, the men having the cool suits, people having a grand time, gambling, little hooch, and underground tunnels that connect the homes. Now, I am not saying, nor am I implying, that any of these types of activities took place in Ryan Place. But if you happen to know a historic neighborhood where some of these, less than popular activities took place, hey, inquiring minds want to know. Comment and give us the full scoop. Oh, by the way, if this is your first time to our channel, subscribe below, press the bell, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to share.
This beautiful mansion behind me was once the home of John C. Ryan Sr. and his wife Elizabeth. John C. Ryan Sr. was a prominent man in this community. He was an attorney and a businessman, hence the name Ryan Place.
They lived on Elizabeth Boulevard, which is a main street to come into the neighborhood named after the wife Elizabeth. In 1979, Elizabeth Boulevard joined the National Register of Historic Places, making Ryan Place the first Fort Worth neighborhood to receive such a prestigious honor. This neighborhood was ravaged by the Great Depression. In fact, much if not all construction had come to a complete halt until after World War II. And this is where we got the introduction of different types of designs, such as Craftsman, Tudor Revival, Colonial Revival, Prairie Styles. And I'm going to share with you some of those. And I want to share the different sizes of home because I know everyone is not going to live in a mansion. And you might want to know how much it will cost to live here today. Now, let's take a pause for our station identification. Hi, I'm Tracy Sorrell with the DFW Life, and I help people just like you sell and buy homes in and around our Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And I realize you can find out quite a bit online: bedrooms, baths, square feet, price. But what you may not be able to discover is how people really live their lives in our different communities, cities, and suburbs. Well, that's where I come in. I hop in the car and I drive around so you can have the bird's eye view, VIP access of how people really live their lives. And if you like to be in the know, then you're going to want to subscribe below, press the bell. You'll be notified anytime anything goes down around town. And don't forget, give us a thumbs up. Now back to the video. Now to our second home on our tour.
Well, now that we've enjoyed a little of the history, it's time for the fun part. What you can get here in Ryan Place today. I'm in front of a home with beautiful design. This home is 110 years young. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath home with almost an 800 square foot basement. And many of you are wondering, do you have basements in Texas? Well, you do in this neighborhood. This home is also around 3,000 square feet, priced at about $1.15 million. Whether it's a first-time home buyer, someone that's moving up or downsizing, this neighborhood attracts so many people. And I believe the common denominator is a strong sense of tradition and community. The 4th of July is a big deal here. As we go up and down the boulevard, you can see where people are proudly displaying their flags. Remember at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that many of these homes were designed by renowned architects. Well, this is one of them. This home was built in 1919 by the architects John Ryan Jr. and Bernard Rhodes. This is 2418 Fifth Avenue, built in 1919, which makes it 106 years young, with beautiful Palladian windows, basement, large veranda to enjoy your 4th of July festivities. And it's around 3,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, priced at around $950,000. Here is another 100-year-old beautiful home in Ryan Place. And this one has a guest house. 2307 Fifth Avenue has a large yet cozy front porch with 2 sets of French doors, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, around 3,000 square feet. It's priced at about $1.2 million.
Guest house and swimming pool. You may be thinking to yourself, hey Tracy, thank you for the tour, but there is no way I could ever live in a historic neighborhood. I don't have $1 million+. Well, guess what? You can live in Ryan Place for under $500,000, and I'm going to share a couple of those homes with you in just a moment. But first, I got to give you one more piece of history. In fact, I would be remiss if I did not share the history behind the preservation and the resilience of the neighbors in Ryan Place. And this dates back to about 1955. And what I'm told is that the city of Fort Worth decided to destroy the iconic pillars, the gate, the entry onto Elizabeth Boulevard that certainly sets Ryan Place apart from any other community. Well, apparently, the city decided that this was an eyesore, that the gate was a traffic hazard, so they destroyed it. The residents of Ryan Place decided, you know what, we want those iconic pillars back. They brainstormed and they came up with a fundraiser, Candlelight Christmas. The home that we just toured, it was featured, it was one of the homes in the 2024 Candlelight Christmas Parade. Now let's take a look at what you can get here in this historic neighborhood for under $500,000. Now I mentioned these homes are under $500,000, but I can do even better. How about under $400,000? Let's take a look at these two. One is at 2624 Ryan Avenue. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, built in 1943. It has less than 1,000 square feet, 954 square feet, priced at $310,000. And 2725 Ryan Place is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, also built in 1943. It has about 1,093 square feet, and it's priced right around $330,000. We have one more home to show. And at this point, you may be thinking to yourself, you know what? I like the idea of old with new. And if that feels perfect for you, then you're not alone. Many people are moving back to our cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, and they are landing in some of our historic neighborhood. The idea of living through history and being part of a community that's strong in tradition is really appealing to so many people. And if that sounds like you, then Ryan Place may be the perfect place for you. Now, if you live in Ryan Place or you live in another historic neighborhood, now remember, this is not a PBS special, so I could have missed a thing or two. Comment and share your perspective with us. We'd love to hear about it.
Now for our last stop on the tour. This home once was owned by John Ryan Jr. Now let me give you a little backstory. John Ryan Sr. moved back into the neighborhood. And if you recall, his home was one of the large ones at the very, very beginning. Well, he moved out of the neighborhood, moved back to the neighborhood. So this is a home where he lived. And then eventually his son moved here. So how's that for bringing things full circle? This wraps up our tour of the historic neighborhood of Ryan Place here in Fort Worth. And whether you're looking for old charm or something a little new, I am here to help you. Comment below, grab one of those one-on-one consultation links, and let's better discover which neighborhood, community, or suburb is the best place for you to create your new memories and call home.